Now let's hear from Joshua Funches of the National Youth Bike Council.
I am very enthusiastic to be here today to see so many familiar faces. If you're not familiar with me, please come introduce yourself later. My name is Joshua. I'm the current president of the National Youth Bike Council. And I really do want to learn every single person's name in this room. Like Kim said, our organizing team has spent an enormous amount of time organizing this particular event. I think the turnout is fantastic. Woo! So I'm going to go one step further, and I'm going to say, if you're part of the community bike routes planning team, board, staff, or volunteers, please stand up. If you're part of the Youth Bike Summit steering committee, please stand up. And if you're a sponsor in the room, any odds, please stand up as well. We can give all of these people a round of applause. As I mentioned, this event did take us a long time to plan. We started planning in 2022 as a fun fact. So if there's any opportunity to give your feedback during this weekend, please do give it. And of course, as the old saying goes, don't give us any feedback if you have nothing good to say. So the National Bike Council members have spent the last 2 years attending conferences to advocate on behalf of youth voice. And I see a lot of young people in this room today. If you feel like your voice has not been heard, this conference is your opportunity to make that change through the bicycle ride that we're going to go on today and through the presentations. Aside from advocating on your behalf, we've also had the opportunity to run national level projects in our respective communities. And most recently, we are leading the Youth Bike Summit. Alongside of this, as Avery told you, our agenda expected to be a great time for all of us to feel the power of our own leadership and to be able to experience the freedom that riding bicycles give us. One of the things that's going to make it so great is getting to know other people. So I wanted to make sure that we all did break the ice. So I'm gonna give everybody an opportunity right here, right now, to break the ice. And hopefully you're sitting next to somebody, but please turn to your right and to your left. Say hello to your neighbor, tell them your name, and also tell them the last time you rode your bike. Tell them your name and tell them the last time you rode your bike.
Hello.
My name is Gene.
Alright. Let's go.
Like Ferrari.
I didn't say anything.
Alright, so I want you all to imagine. Alright, just your name and the last time you rode your bike. Alright, so I want you all to imagine something with me. Feel free to close your eyes. I want you to imagine that you're with your friends and you're all bicycling. You ride bikes together very often, and maybe some of you even know how to fix bikes. But every single year, you come, you travel, and you get a chance to meet other friend groups who are just like your own. You discover them, whether they call themselves a youth council, a youth advisory council, a youth leadership council, clubs, teams, student-run bike shops, apprenticeships, scouts, or anything else that you can name. You discover new groups, you make new friends, and you all like to ride bicycles together. That's it. The excitement of that particular statement really starts when these different groups that are working together start to create new hashtags, when they start to work on the same campaigns, and when they have one-off smaller gatherings. And the list goes on. We have the potential to do that and a whole lot more with all the enthusiasm in this room today. And so we're excited to see your creative ideas and the work that you put into all of the workshops that you all have been planning. So for those of you that do not know, I did want to discuss the Youth Bike Summit itself because it goes back all the way to 2010. Because two teenagers could dream, we have the opportunity to come together today and talk about the positive change that comes from riding bicycles and how it benefits our cities and why it makes sense to make our cities a safer place to bike. Those teenagers were named Kim and Christy. Kim and Christy embodied the power of youth energy and were motivated to have positive effects through bicycles. In March of 2010, Kim and Christy traveled with Recycle a Bicycle to New York, from New York to Washington, D.C., and there they spoke with elected officials about their love for bicycles and explored the nation's capital by bike. They also attended the National Bike Summit. And so on their way home, they expressed their desire to see a change in the representation that they had seen there, and to see more people their age And because of that, we have the Youth Bike Summit. And I'm glad to say that because of Kim and Christy, we're seeing that change. Every one of us coming from our respective locations to represent our groups and meet new people who have the same interests as us. That's what the Youth Bike Summit's all about. About the health, economic changes, and community building benefits, which is just a fancy way to say it. And we're depending on you, all the young people in this room today, and also all the supporters and professionals. We need your help in enabling us to advocate on our own behalf. How are we going to get a future where more young people are interested in bicycling, where we feel empowered to have young people's experience with bicycling improve? So it's going to be up to us. And so I ask you, the young people in today's room, do you believe in yourself?
Yes.
I'd like to hear it. Actually, I couldn't hear you, but do you believe in yourself? That's what I'd like to hear. For those of you that encourage your friends to go biking, you choose health. You choose gathering, like communities do, and you also choose action. For those young people that are motivated, I encourage you to consider joining the National Youth Bike Council. Members enjoy staying connected to these conversations, no matter where they're located. And as a side note, we have a big prize of the president role opening this summer, actually. And so we're looking for referrals. So feel free to talk to a council member or myself. And so today I encourage you, everyone at the summit, to consider 3 things. 1, how bicycles improve ourselves and how that can give us the encouragement that we need to advocate on our own behalf. 2, how the Youth Bike Summit can serve you so you can be able to advocate on your own behalf. And finally, 3rd, how the people we return home to or with are a part of our community, which once again strengthens us to be able to advocate on our own behalf. I encourage you to be present at your youth council meetings, your volunteer activities, bicycle shops, or whatever it is that you may be doing, and to take the knowledge that you learned today to be able to advocate on your own behalf. Thank you so much. So I have the pleasure of introducing the next speaker, Randy Neufeld, who actually has some history here today, which is really funny. Right here in downtown since 2nd grade. Randy is very enthusiastic about strategy and action within cities and how organizations and advocates who gain benefits for specifically about active mobility. He was the director of the SRAM Cycling Fund from 2009 to 2023, where he worked with mobility and recreational cycling groups and campaigns. Randy is responsible for the Active Transportations Alliance, which is located in Chicago, which he led from 1987 to 2009. And his work doesn't just stay in the US, it expands to Europe and Canada as well. For example, he's very most proud of his work with the European Cycling Federation, the Green Lane Project, the European Cyclist Federation, and the International Mountain Bicycling Association. He also helped found the Cycling Industries Europe. Randy lives in Chicago with Susan Gaio, and they enjoy being grandparents, backpacking, and hiking in any kind of weather.